Philosophical concepts are not relics of the past, but vital tools for navigating the complexities of our modern world. They provide individuals with the intellectual foundation to make ethically sound decisions, think critically, and engage meaningfully in both personal and societal contexts. In an age marked by change and uncertainty, the relevance of philosophy remains undeniably paramount.
Concept of reason. In its broadest sense, reason represents the distinctive faculty of the human mind that allows for the systematic organization of concepts and propositions, whether in a theoretical or practical context. It is distinguished by its ability to correctly understand objective relations and subject them to reflection. The meaning of reason evolves in opposition to various elements according to contexts and eras. It is opposed to myth in antiquity, to sensory experience in the Middle Ages, to madness or passion in the classical era, and to religious revelation in modernity. The exercise of reason is generally characterized by a process that demonstrates its own validity and accepts being criticized, finding its most distinct expression in the model of the sciences. Although various rationalities may be envisaged, reason can also be perceived as an ontological principle, as in the expression principle of reason, meaning that nothing happens without a determining cause. Finally, rationalism refers to the philosophical attitude that only recognizes as valid what can be established by human reason, excluding any revelation, and accords a certain privilege to knowledge and principles that do not derive from sensitivity. In antiquity, reason, logos, was primarily associated with language. Plato saw dialogue as its privileged mode of expression, seeing it as a discursive search for reality, the idea, which was inaccessible to the senses. Aristotle emphasized this linguistic aspect of reason, which led to medieval scholasticism to give a primarily logical definition of ratio, conceiving it as an essentially deductive and demonstrative thought. The classical and modern conception of reason largely breaks with this discursive dimension to make it a faculty of consciousness superior to the ability to communicate and, to a certain extent, to the senses. Kant represents the culmination of this specialization of reason. Distinct from the faculty of organizing sensible intuitions, namely understanding, reason is conceived both as a regulatory principle of the universal rules of experience and as a faculty that allows one to go beyond experience. Reason is legitimate as a regulatory principle of experience in the theoretical domain, while it plays a crucial role in the practical domain, as the moral law only derives its meaning from reason. Fichte and Hegel attempted to broaden the scope of reason, whether by making practical reason the principle of all reality for Fichte, or by attributing rationality a place within reality itself, and not only within the knowing subject, for Hegel. The claims of reason to master thought and the understanding of the concept have developed in two directions. First, by making reflection a state of mind where it discovers the subjective conditions of experience, and where each representation is linked to the faculty that produced it, as in the Critique of Pure Reason. Then, by qualifying the faculty of reflective judgment, which evaluates the validity of an aesthetic judgment or states the purposefulness of nature, as in Kant's Critique of the Power of Judgment. Hegel understood reflection not only as a subjective activity, but also as the movement of reality itself, determining itself and integrating its own determinations into the unity of its becoming. Today, reflection is closer to its classical conception than to its Hegelian form. Phenomenology describes it as an act of consciousness, and contemporary philosophy in general makes it one of the most philosophical attitudes, as it allows thought to recognize its own impasses and difficulties, and to orient itself in domains such as art, history, and ethics, where no determining law can be applied.